Welcome, everybody. College basketball action. I'm talking once again with Ross Benjamin for our daily NCAA basketball underdog value. Ross, first and foremost, I hope you had a great weekend. Saturday, 2-1, and both those wins, if I'm correct, were outright winners by your underdog picks, and that ups the record to 16, 10-1. So our viewers appreciate your insight and your hard work on those underdogs. Let's keep it up. Super Bowl, again, we could do 5 videos on this mess. I was lucky enough. I had the money line plus 209, so cashed a ticket. I hope you did well also. How's it going on your end?
Everything's good. I wasn't so fortunate as you were on the Super Bowl. But having said that, let's keep this college basketball underdog run going. We've now, in our 16 wins, you mentioned 16, 10, and 1. We've now also cashed in with 13 of those underdogs who won outright as well.
Wow, that's fantastic. That's to be respected. There's one that's very interesting tonight. We got 2 total. We'll break down the first one. Texas getting 8 points on Oklahoma's floor. You know, Texas, they've got a 4-game winning streak, and in that streak, they're holding opponents under 60 points, so they're locking down on D. Oklahoma coming off that huge road loss to K-State. That was actually my only play over the weekend that went south on me. Texas plus the 8. Break it down for us, Ross, and let us know why you think that's going to be a ticket that will cash tonight.
Well, you know, it's not so much a negative against Oklahoma. I mean, the only thing you could really say about the Sooners is they're coming off an uninspiring performance in that loss against Kansas State that you alluded to on Saturday, losing 80-69. Other than that, they have very few flaws. But let's take a look at Texas, because that's where I see the value lying. This is a Texas team, as you mentioned, 4-0 in their last 4, also 7-1 in their last 8. They've covered their last 3 on the road. They've won 2 of those 3 outright, and it wasn't against cream puffs. You're looking at those 3 games were against Baylor, West Virginia, and Kansas. So they've really stepped it up. And as I mentioned on one of our videos last week, Mike, I really like the way this Texas team is coming to reaching a peak, I should say, with Shaka Smart as their head coach right now. His fingerprints are all over this team, playing great defense. Their last 7 games, they're holding opponents to 37% from the field. Now, here's the challenge tonight. Oklahoma is number 4 in the country, shooting the 3, Mike, at 45%. This is a Texas team in conference play is holding opponents to a mere 30% from beyond the 3-point line. I'm going to take the value here, and in my eyes, I see it as a huge value. Texas plus 8 against Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's an interesting breakdown. And although Oklahoma is, and I'm in my eyes a much better shooting team, that much better rebounding team as well. You said it very well when you said Shaka Smart's fingerprints are all over this team. I'm a huge fan of his. We talked about this last week. They are definitely buying what this guy is selling, and therefore I've got no reason to refute. I know Oklahoma's taken 4 straight in this series, but there's some tough and tight ball games, and I think tonight they're going to bring it defensively. My only concern is that loss. Did that get so much in the heads of Oklahoma that they just really pour it on and don't take the foot off the pedal? I don't know. Again, on their home court, but as you and I often say, that's why they play the game. So viewers, Texas plus the 8 on the road sounds good to me. I'm going to stay off it personally, but I've got no reason to refute it. Ross, this second one, Quinnipiac taking on St. Peter's, getting 5.5 on the road. Okay, both of these teams are 8-13. They're not the sharpest of shooting teams. Break it down for us, and why is this small school possibly the one to offer large dividends tonight?
Well, if you like offensive basketball and you like up and down games, this isn't the game you want to tune into, as Mike just touched upon. Both of these teams can't put the ball in the ocean right now, let alone the basket. But let's break this down anyway. You're looking at a St. Peter's team that's lost 5 games in a row. They failed to cover in their last 4. A lot of their difficulties have come on the offensive end in that 5-game losing streak, averaging a shade under 56 points per game, shooting 36% from the field. This is also a St. Peter's team that converts on only 64% of their free throw attempts this season. Quinnipiac, similar to St. Peter's offensively. The only difference is Quinnipiac likes to push the ball, so their shooting percentage may not be indicative of how they play, because they do average over 60 field goal attempts per game, and that might be a key in tonight's game. Defensively, this team has been outstanding all year. 36% from the field opponents are shooting against Quinnipiac. In conference games, they're holding foes to 34.8%. So I like this Quinnipiac team tonight to stay inside the number, possibly pull the upset over an ice-cold St. Peter's team. I'm going to take Quinnipiac plus 5.5 over St. Peter's.
Yeah, Quinnipiac also, the last 2 years, they've split their games with St. Peter's, and on the road 3-3 against the spread, so they do get it done just as well as, just as much as they lose on the road against the spread. St. Peter's, shooting 41% for the year, and in the last 5 only shooting 36. So yeah, they are definitely in a downward spiral, and with small schools like this, sometimes these games get real tight, low-scoring affairs. So I think 5.5 is more than justified here. All right, viewers, you heard it. Ross Benjamin likes Texas getting 8 tonight at Oklahoma, and Quinnipiac getting 5.5 on the road at St. Peter's. Ross, let's keep the momentum going, and wish you well tonight in beating the book. Look forward to getting back with you tomorrow, my friend.